All right, guys, let's talk about Birds of Prey, which is the newest DC film. And it's the newest Harley Quinn based DC film because after Suicide Squad, she, I thought, and a lot of other people thought, was the best part of Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was one of those movies that was really, really trashy, but it was fun trash. Like, it was ridiculously dumb and just on a filmmaking standpoint, it's really, really dumb. And I really try not to point out that stuff. I hate to be like that person, like, oh, the editing, whatever. But Suicide Squad was really, really trashy, but it was fun. It had a cool style to it. I did still enjoy Suicide Squad despite that. And Birds of Prey, the basic plot, yeah, I know you've seen from the trailer. Harley Quinn and the Joker have broken up. So now everybody is out for Harley Quinn because she doesn't have her protection. And this movie surprised me because like I said, I enjoyed Suicide Squad even though it was a dumb movie. This one is very interesting because DC's had a lot of great movies recently, and this one is pretty good. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's a pretty good, solid movie. And I really liked what they did with Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. And the one thing you're going to hear from me and every other critic is that this is not really a Birds of Prey movie. It's more of a Harley Quinn and inevitably the Birds of Prey team up together. So it's like the anti Suicide Squad, in which the whole movie of that was them as a Suicide Squad. In this, the Birds of Prey is not as much of a factor. They do become the Birds of Prey. I'm not saying that, but it it's different, and I like that. I appreciated that. Now, on a technical standpoint, comparing this to Suicide Squad, this one has some really great choreography, great editing, but it also feels like it still kept the influence of Suicide Squad in just how the movie looks, the style, the artistic choices. Like, it still feels like it's connected to Suicide Squad in that way, even though it's a standalone like sequel. And I appreciated that, and they just do a better job at choreography and cinematography and editing. Like, they do a way better job in this movie than that, and I like that. And I really liked how Harley Quinn is portrayed in this movie. I liked her a lot in Suicide Squad, and I think she's great continuation in this. And I love the fact that she's broken up with the Joker, so her character now is on the run. But it's a movie about getting over a toxic relationship, and I really like that because the in Suicide Squad, she, no matter what, the second the Joker said, "I'm gonna get you," she'll run towards him, no matter if he's abusive or if he's crazy. And he made her crazy. He created her. He is the reason why she is what she is as Harley Quinn. So it's fascinating that this movie does a good job of saying that she's not gonna go and be part of this toxic thing anymore. She's gonna be normal, and by that I mean more normal than that. Like, she doesn't have to have this crazy relationship, and I think that that's just a cool way of elaborating on Harley Quinn. And I really like the fact too that she uses her psychiatry against people in a couple of scenes. I thought that was pretty cool because, again, she was a psychiatrist, and she even says in this movie, and it's explained in Suicide Squad, like, she was a psychiatrist and then or psychologist, and then the Joker turned her after they formed this bond together. So she still uses that to her advantage, and I think that's really cool. And I like how, even though it's not really connected to the other movie, I really like the fact just how much of a presence the Joker is, even though he's not in the movie, except for like a couple little trickery things. But he's not in the movie, and I like that. I really like that, and I wonder if they will keep on that promise because Jared Leto's Joker was not praised at all. Many people hated his interpretation of the Joker. I didn't hate his interpretation. I appreciated it being different, but it was just not a typical Joker, and a lot of people hated that. So I like the fact that he's an influence in this movie, even though he's not in it. And I like the fact that it's a strong way of furthering the story of Harley Quinn, of her getting over this toxic bond that she had with him. And I really like that. And I like how all the Birds of Prey, these characters are all kind of sit in their in their bad things in the moment. Like, for example, the cop woman who she's having trouble at her job just trying to make and survive. And then you've got Huntress, who is this character who is trying to hunt down these people and trying to get over that trauma. And just, I like how all these characters, they have traumatic baggage, but they don't push it in a way where it's ridiculously overly done. Like, for example, like Black Christmas 2019, where that movie like was one of the movies that I just can't believe that they got away with how ridiculous the idea and the point was in that movie, that men are bad. And in this movie, it is also one of those movies where it's like these characters are wronged, and they're all women, all these heroes, and they don't go out of their way to say, oh, men are bad, men are terrible. They don't do that, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate that this movie does not do that. I appreciate that this movie just has these human characters going through trauma. It doesn't have to be women against men. It's just these characters are going through trauma, and I really think that's well done. And again, the action is really, really good. The cinematography is really, really good. Visually, it's awesome. I really love the visual aesthetic. They kept some things from Suicide Squad, and I think that's really cool. And again, Margot Robbie is fantastic. All the actors involved, I think, are really good. Margot Robbie especially. And Ewan McGregor he's got a fantastic performance here, and just how ridiculous he is. He is like the Joker in Suicide Squad, but I think works, as opposed to Jared Leto's Joker, unfortunately. He didn't really work. And in this, Ewan McGregor works as this over-the-top, silly villain, but he is intimidating and scary. And I really, really, really liked his performance in this movie. And everybody is great. It's a good movie, and it's really enjoyable, really fun. The little problems I had, like I said, it's not really like a Birds of Prey movie. It's more of a Harley Quinn movie, more so than anything. And eventually they become the Birds of Prey. But I did like how it's different and how they eventually become that. It builds to it, I guess, as opposed to them just being teammates throughout the movie. So I guess I appreciate it in that sense, but it's not what the, like, if it wasn't named Birds of Prey first and then the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, if you mention Harley Quinn in the title first and then Birds of Prey, like Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, then it would have been different, I think. But going into it, I know nothing about the comics either. Like, going into this Birds of Prey, I thought it would be more of a Birds of Prey movie, but it's really a Harley Quinn movie, which I'm fine with, but it's just one of those movies where the title is a little misleading, at least from what I thought. And I've noticed a lot of people have got that idea too. But overall, again, quick summary, great cinematography, great action, great humor, great acting. Really fun DC movie. It's not the best out of the most recent, but it's a really good one, and it's really solid, really fun, enjoyable, and it's also a fun palate cleanser from Joker that came out last year, which was so great and so horrifying. And in this, it's more of a fun, silly romp, and that's fine. I love having different, it's like they do with Marvel. They have palate cleansers where, like, they change the genre, and I really appreciate that, and I liked this one a lot. It was really fun, really enjoyable. Don't have a lot bad to say about it. I have more positive than negatives. So yeah, this one was pretty fun.